All right, YouTube. Today we're gonna do another VR to Southeast Stacker. So we got the books out for review for our visual aids here. So hey YouTube, welcome back to the show. Today's VR to Southeast Stacker, he's did a video on foreign silver. And so I'm going to see if I got it. I know I don't have very much. In particular, he's talking about foreign currency silvers, like so not your kangaroos, not your bullion, but Britannia's, Libertads, I guess, are technically bullion. So not things like that, like legit circulated silver coins. So I'm going to delve through here. I know I've got a few in here. This first set. These are Libertads. Let me skip on back here. I got some old. Oh wait, here we go. No, they're up here on the front page. Some old Mexican coins that I got fairly recently, I guess. This focusing issue just gets on my nerves. Pesos, 33. So I found those in the shop. I thought those were kind of cool, and I got another 44 as well. So some Mexican, which makes sense. It's fairly close. So those are probably my most significant foreign coin holdings as far as like nice examples and fairly good condition and all that. Everything else is a little degraded, I think. We'll see what we get when we get back here. Let me look in here. I do have these. I don't know if these were circulated. These are from the 1972 Olympics. Germany. Everybody kind of knows the significance of those. But these were actually got in country too. As through the family. And there's 3 different types. But I've only got 2 here. I think there may have been more than 3 different types. Maybe 4 different types. I think I looked it up one time. And I think actually one of my kids has got the other example. But these were cool. And they, a significant Olympics and yada yada. And they were acquired at the time. So I think these did circulate. They do have a Deutschmark valuation on them. And they're not bullion. They're like a 90% or whatever the percentage is that goes into them. So those are kind of cool to have. And I got some other old German coins. Most of these aren't silver. So you see some of these. These down here at the bottom are, so these are old Germanic states. What we'd call the fatherland way back when. And I got these specifically for the kind of date range because that's kind of when the family started leaving the area. So it's like this is something that would have, this is really hard to see the writing on there, but hard for the family that the family may have had in their pockets trying to escape the various wars raging throughout Central Europe that they were mostly caught in. This is 1629, you can see. And there's another one here. Bavaria, 1736. This is like towards the latter end of when anybody would have still been traveling over. So that's why I got those, but those are silver. I think the other ones are just copper for the most part. So there's that. These are American, so that kind of runs the gamut of that book. So looking in the other book, Oh, let's get past the currency collection. I'll have to do the currency some other day. We had the comment on, I think it was West Texas Stacker. They were talking about denarii, and I'm like, oh, I got some Saddam denarii. These were rolling out in stacks, blowing out of cars and stuff back in the day. Those that know. Currency, yada yada. I don't know if does foreign currency count. I don't think we want. We're talking about silver. Let's go back to silver. Silver. Nickels, U.S. currency, Canadian. I got my Canadian. I don't know if this is silver or not. This is an old 50-cent piece, 1958. So I believe that would be silver. Oh, let me get this in here. I believe this would be silver. So I got that Canadian. That's not. This is U.S. This I don't believe. This pence, 50 pence piece, I don't believe is silver. And let's see, 1980, 78. The Canadians took it out like in the early 70s, right? This 50 pence is 79. Yeah, I don't think any of that's silver. So maybe just this one from 58. We back out a little bit here. Go back over. Yeah, just this one from 58 I think would be silver. The others are not. Some other foreign coinage I think is this too new. Portugal, 1975. This is kind of stuff acquired from the bin at the LCS or a few other places, but I don't believe anything in there would be silver. Just random Greek, Arabic. Some of this is from the travels. None of this is silver. I think there was a Cyprus coin in here. We're getting some getting into some Japanese. Wait, there's some. Is that Polish? No, wait, this is Yugoslavia. I got this just because it's from Yugoslavia. That was in the bin, and I was like, well, it's from Yugoslavia. It doesn't exist anymore. Austria, the Ostrike. If you're used to seeing that on the Philharmonic, but that's not silver. One Deutschmark, 1959. Yeah, so I'm really little. This is all Asian, Japanese. I think there might be a couple Chinese in here mixed in, and maybe a Korean or two. You have to really evaluate the writing, and I'm not going to do that here on this, but none of that's silver. That's all just too modern. Most of this Japanese stuff is from the 90s. And I got the 1/10 Libertads. That doesn't really count as currency. Right there. Singapore, not silver. A ton of stuff that's not silver. This is just coins. Mexican. What is this? Not a centavo. Whatever this is. Let's see here. Anybody else use their phone as a magnifying glass? Yeah, definitely not silver. Singapore, definitely not silver. Right there. Singapore coins, probably early 2000s. Dated, so not silver. This half, what is this? Right there. Where's that from? It's in Espanol, Portuguese. Yeah, so that's that. I did get these sterling rounds or coins. They're sterling silver. They may have at one time been circulated. They're from and this is Canadian, 1852. I thought that was kind of cool when I found it, but I'm pretty sure it's copper. I just picked that up out of the bin. These sterling silver kiwi rounds are sterling, so they're definitely, and I think they may be circulated at one time. Picked these up with a good deal. 1975. They were Papua New Guinea, not New Zealand. I think they may have been intended for circulation. I don't remember what they said. I got to look that up. But they're definitely serious. And then there's one Australia, 1944. One florin. I thought that was kind of cool, and I picked that up. World War II era was why I kind of got that. So that's foreign silver. I really got it for the World War II nature of it. I guess that's the king at one time. So that's my foreign silver. That's it. I don't have a lot of foreign silver. Not really something I've focused on other than the bullion side. So shout out to Southeast Stacker, always putting out the good stack elector stuff. If you're not prepping or stacking, you might as well talk about your other stuff. So that's just a few foreign coins, not a whole lot going on there, but it always interesting to see other people's collections or what they got going on. I got a lot of just regular coinage, not a lot. Seems like a lot to me, but francs, and I think there's a Swiss mark or two in here, several francs, Portugal, all kinds of different, just kind of picking stuff up at the LCS from the foreign bin, just to kind of get a variety. Got a lot of variety of Canadian coins because people drop it in change jars or intermix it with US currency all the time. I just got a new Canadian dime the other day. Where did I put that? Here it is in my pocket. And I just got this one just the other day, but definitely not silver. But somebody had decided that they were going to misrepresent. That's really good, brand new dime. Well, not brand new, it's got the queen on it. It's actually a 2013, but it's in really good shape. So another Canadian dime to add to this one over here that came in change. Where did I even get that from? Just got it the other day. Ended up in some pocket change. So shout out to Southeast. Prep hard, folks. Live free.